and not to disregard the East Coast or West Coast in terms of MMA because they have their distinctive style, but look, I'm from Iowa. I love Midwest MMA because you got the hard-nosed wrestlers who have learned the other aspects, and it's just a meaner type of MMA here in the Midwest. You know, you've got the blue collar cities, the farmers, just hard work ethic, tough guys, right?
Well, and you know, as we know, they've pumped out a champion or two. Sure, I don't know if you know any of them, but we have a couple guys who are watching the fights here, wanting to take some notes to maybe get in the MMA game themselves, maybe win a championship or two. So let's let them see if these guys want to have a little input on the fights they're seeing tonight. Oh my goodness, Stephen Rusk and the former heavyweight champion of UFC, Tim Sylvia. Let's see if they have some things they want to chime in on.
Can Tim, can you get those on that noggin of yours?
They're on my big head.
All right, so joining me is obviously Tim Sylvia, former heavyweight champion, two-time heavyweight champion of the UFC, and then Steve Rusk, longtime training partner of ours. He was 4-0 in MMA. I think all your fights basically combined lasted about 2 minutes, and I think you were kind of bored with it and just said, I'll just help out the guys. But I have to tell this story, and Tim, you probably won't like me telling this story.
But beating me up
Steve,
all the time?
Yeah, Steve did the same thing to me. So when Tim was the heavyweight world champion, Steve would say to him things like, I'm going to belly to back you all night tonight in practice. And Tim, you'd say,
no, you're not.
No, you said, please don't.
Well, well, I said no, you're not, but it still happened.
Right, but, you know, the times where Steve would grab you, throw you down on the ground before practice, and fish hook you until blood was coming out of your mouth and gouge your eyes with his thumbs. And he was picking on you like he was your uncle.
Yeah, it was horrible. I think the three of the most amazing things in my career, my fighting career, was winning the title 2 times, and then the one time that I dropped Steve with a liver shot, and you were there, and I'm trying to get him off me so I can run around the ring with my hand around the cage with my hands up. I'm like, I just got him finally forever after 7 years.
Yeah, no, and Steve served a huge purpose in our team, beating everybody up all the time, and you know, just so you understand, he's very high level wrestler, very good fighter, and now a Rock Island County Sheriff's deputy. So I'm sure the training has come in handy, the wrestling career and then the MMA and training with everybody.
Yeah, it's been very helpful, and it's nice to be able to spread the knowledge with the other deputies I work with and be able to pass on that knowledge and help them defend themselves.
Yeah, so now back in the day when we were all competing and all that, you know, it was obviously very competitive, but you know, we watched amateurs so far on this card. The pros are coming up. I mean, what would you say about the quality of fights we've seen so far, and they're amateurs?
It's a heck of a lot better than back in the day in Stars and Stripes, that's for sure.
Very talented,
we're watching these fights, and I'm just like, people, if you don't realize it, this is where I got my start. On shows like this, you know, you build your record, and you get the experience, and nothing beats experience just walking out to the cage. And then, you know, after about 15 fights, I get into UFC.
Right.
So, but I always started out in shows like this, so we all have a beginning, and this is usually where it comes from.
Right, and what I was saying earlier, Steve, is watching these fights, these kids could easily be pro right now.
Oh, for sure. I think that on most of them, they're right there. They're doing all the right things. They're just missing one little thing. They get that next step, and boom, they're right at the top of the pro level. I think they're right there.
Right. So, well, guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it a lot. Great to see you.
Good to see you,
of course. Tim, good to see you. Now, you can tell everybody real quick about your hunting show.
Hit Squad Outdoors on the Sportsman Channel and on Outdoor Venture Network. Been doing it for about 7 years now. Steve and I hunt together. Today we're out there getting muddy, jumping creeks and stuff, trying to get ready for youth turkey season this weekend.
And then it was about 2 years ago, somebody shot you, thought you were a bear?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, thanks. We'll be back in a little bit with some fights, and we really appreciate you guys watching us from around the world. Thanks, guys.